Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm the Model Horse Maniac. I'm in the Model Horse room, and today we're going to be doing something a little bit different because I want to react and share my opinions with all of the new Breyerfest 2025 models. It's the 75th anniversary of Breyer, and I've got opinions about the models that they're coming out with at Breyerfest this year, so watch on to learn what they are, and let me know in the comments what you think of the new models. So we're going to start things off with the Celebration horse, which is the horse that most people that attend Breyerfest, whether it's online or in person, will end up with. He's the free model that comes with the tickets. And he is Tight Lines, also known as Fish, who is on the Shergar mould. And I think this guy's a really nice choice for the Celebration horse. The Shergar mould's still relatively popular, even though it's technically vintage now, I believe. I think it was late 90s. But enough people still like him. He's not going to get absolutely destroyed like Brevor did a couple of years ago. And he's the perfect sort of celebration horse, I think. It's really nice to see a light, this guy's a Fleabit and Grey, and it's really nice to see a light colour on that mould. Because it's a TB mould, you get lots of Bannocks and Bays and Chestnuts. And it's really nice to have a lighter one on the mould. And he also comes with this blue blanket that has Cheers to 75 years on it. My main concern is that he's going to be packaged with that blanket on and he's going to stain, because that is what they tend to do. And I would hope that Breyer would have learnt that lesson by now and will have packaged it separately, but I suspect it will come on the horse. It'll have a little plastic sheet around it and it will still stain him. And it will become just trying to get one that doesn't have a stain on, which will be pretty much impossible. And it's pretty impossible to remove those stains, so really like the horse, really looking forward to having him in my collection. Really worried he's going to be blue underneath that blanket. And next up, we're going to be looking at the event stablemates. So these are included with some tickets, the stablemate tickets, and some of the in-person ones. I'm not sure which. I just do online traditional every year, so I'm not that familiar with the tickets. But you'll get one of the four here. They're a random assortment, which is a bit of a shame. But we're going to start off with Bellini, who is this cute little leopard Appaloosa on that, like, the thoroughbred. What was the stablemate thoroughbred mould, but they've then changed it to a polo pony. They've modified it. They've taken the mane off and wrapped the tail and changed the head slightly, I think. And this guy's really cute. I'm trying not to collect this mould. I'm not a huge fan of the thoroughbred mould, but this little polo pony guy, I'm a sucker for polo ponies. So yeah, I'm trying desperately not to collect him, but he's really nicely done. He looks really pretty. I wouldn't be devastated if I got him, but I'm not going to actively purchase him. So he's cute. Next up, we have event stablemate number 2, which is Mimosa on the little shrinkified Indian pony mould, and this is definitely one that I want. So I'm going to have to try and track that down secondhand somewhere, because she's really pretty. She's this light Panamino Pinto. I'd love to see this colour on the traditional model. I suspect if we have it, it will be some sort of rare limited edition. But I really like this stablemate. She looks super sweet in this colour, and she's definitely one that I'm going to be adding to my collection when I find her. So next up, we have another event stablemate. We have Carver, and this is on the Cantering Andalusian mould, which is not one I'm super familiar with. I don't really I try not to get involved with stablemates because I know what will happen. But this guy's this really lush glossy bay. You can put anything, make any mould glossy bay, and I will want it. But this mould definitely isn't my favourite, so he's okay. I won't be disappointed if I end up with him, but I'm not going to actively seek him out or anything. And then last up, we have Prosecco, who is on the new playful draft stablemate mould. I know I said I wasn't going to get involved with stablemates, but I really like this mould. He looks so cute and traditional. And he's this really nice black blanket Appaloosa. And yeah, he just looks like he's up for a play. I really like him. The gloss also makes him pop a lot more, I think. I think he looks a lot better in gloss. So yeah, he's popular. He's going to be a popular guy. He's on a popular mould, and I like him. So he's probably one that I'll be looking at if I can find for a decent price. And now we're kicking things off with the limited edition molds. So these are the ones that are available in person, online. You'll be able to get them, I'll be able to get them online, living in the UK. And the first one we have, I'm so happy for this one, because we finally, as I'm looking over at my Arabian mares, have another Arabian mare. So this is Belisma Sapphire. She's limited to 2,000 pieces, and she's really nice. She's this really lush liver chestnut. On the, as I said, the Arabian mare mold, which we have not seen a lot of recently. We've seen, there was the original one, which was back in 2009 now. And then we also had, if you count it, 2016, I think, there was Sarah Monet, but she had the modified, she has her head down, she has a longer tail. So she's, even though she sort of looks, she's the same mold, but she's been heavily modified, basically. I'll add a picture if I remember to. I'm literally looking at them as I'm speaking to you. But yeah, this guy's on the, gal is on the, she's got like the not swished tail. She's head up, not swished tail, which is my favourite one. It's the version of the mould that Oasis is on, which is like one of my favourite models ever. And yeah, I think she's different enough. I've had some people saying like, oh, she looks the same as Just a Dream. She's the same colour, but she looks fairly different. I think her leg markings might be quite similar as well. I'm literally looking at my Just a Dream. But she's a lot darker and she's got a different tail, and that will do for me. I'm so happy to have this mould back as something that I can actually get, because for some reason they just don't seem to use this mould very often, and I don't really know why. I know that some people have issues with the like double shoulder, the conformation issues, but I'm not that picky, and I don't think most collectors really are, or most children certainly. So yeah, I'm definitely going to be getting her. She looks awesome. I'm so happy with Breyer for finally using this mould again. And speaking of models that I'm definitely going to be getting, I'm definitely going to be picking up this one. This is How Cynthia Nightlife. She's again limited to 2,000 pieces. It might be a he. I'm saying she because this model is the exact, almost exact, apart from the socks, like mirror image of one of my real life horses. I'll add a picture of her. She's a her, that's why I said her. But I've got a black Welsh cob with white feet and white face markings, and this guy is pretty much the same. So I'll definitely be getting this one. I've already been like, I started off, oh, I don't know about the mold. And then I've been seeing Surfer's Riptide in person and have decided, oh, yeah, I quite like the mold. And obviously, having one that is basically looks the same as my real life horse, obviously, I'm going to be getting it. It'd be silly not to. I'm never going to get one that's so close, I don't think, unless I have one custom made. So yeah, this guy's definitely covered in my collection. And then we have the classics model for this year. This is usually a decorator, but this year they're not doing it, which I don't mind because I don't really collect decos anyway. But this is Game Day Surprise, limited to 1,750 pieces. And this is on the Hollywood Done It mold, which is another one that I don't think gets enough love. I wish he was traditional size because I think they'd probably get more love then. It's in this really nice bay. I told myself I don't collect classics, I don't collect this mold, but for $35, he may well come and live with me. He's really pretty. The sash thing, I don't know enough about Western disciplines to know whether that's something people usually have on their horses. You have to let me know in the comments if you know, but that'll come off and it'll be a really nice little shelf piece. He's really nicely done, and another mold that I'm glad that they're using again. Next up, we have Bow and Arrow. He's a limited edition of 2,000 pieces on the very popular, very shelf hoggy Cleveland Bay mould. And what can I say? I love the Cleveland Bay mould, always have done. It's one of those like sentimental ponies that Journeyman was one of the first ones that I got, one of the first braids that I got. So I've just naturally got a conga of that mould. And this guy's really pretty, this chestnut Overo. He reminds me a lot of the markings on Hidalgo, which that's a really popular model, so that's not a bad thing. And yeah, I've got no idea where I'm going to put him because my Cleveland Bays are completely out of room, but I will definitely be getting him. He's also the loose mane variation, which I think is my favourite variation. He looks really good as what it originally was. It actually, it might have been the braided mane that came originally, now I think of it. Yeah, whatever came first, he's really pretty and I really like him. And then we have the Best of Breyerfest Series 6 Stablemates collection. So this is based this year on the 2015 Breyerfest. And these are all based on like raffle models, really low run models, like prize models and volunteer models. I don't know exactly which ones are which, but yeah, really nice set. These are always so well done, and so they're only $60, so they're really reasonably priced for limited edition stablemates. Like they're much cheaper than the Collectors Club blind bag ones they do. And you actually know which one you're getting, which is very, very nice. And if these were blind packaged, I would not get them. But because I know what they are, I know I'm going to get the ones I like, I get them. Hint, hint, Breyer, to start not blind packaging your stablemates when they're $20 or $25 a pop. But anyway, rant over. These guys are really cute. There's a couple in there I really like. The little Panamino on the bottom right, that's based on the early bird raffle, says Bon, I believe, which is on the Idicus mould and is one of my absolute grail, never going to get it, absolutely love it ponies. And then the little shrink raid smart chick Alina also looks really nice with that little chestnut blanket. And the field in the middle also looks really cute in this Palomino Pinto. I believe it's got dapples as well. And then the two on the left, I'm not really that keen on. That Cassidy, I really like that mould, but it's got those like star dapples that they do sometimes on greys that I don't know why they do, because I don't like them and I don't think anyone else likes them. And then unfortunately, I just don't have much love for the American saddlebred mould. It's a really nice colour, really well done, but not really my sort of thing. So I'm sure I'll get the set anyway because there's 3 I like, and that's 3 out of 5. But yeah, really nice little set again. These are always such nice models. And next we have a model that I'm literally dying for. This is my favourite model of the year. I think there's a lot of models I like this year. But this is if I had to design a Bristol mould that was reasonably easy to get. I say that, it might sell out in minutes because he's going to be popular. It would be this one. This is the online traditional model, so you can only get this one if you have an online traditional ticket, which is a clever way of Breyer to get people to spend more money, because if you've got the in-person ticket, you still have to get the online traditional model ticket if you want to get this guy. And he is super cute. He's a loose mane Bristol, which is really nice. We really haven't seen that many loose mane Bristols. They've done braided mane after braided mane after braided mane on the regular runs. But what have they done loose mane wise? They did the original Bristol, they did the Peregrine, which was super limited edition, that Birds of a Feather series. Sells for about $600 online. And then they did Jump and Drive a couple of years ago for Breyerfest, which was a braided loose mane split. And luckily I got one of each. So it's really nice to have a loose mane. This guy's going to be super popular with customizers, super popular with people like me that love the loose mane. And he's this really nice bay pinto. He looks gorgeous. And also, I did notice that he looks like he has painted on horseshoes, which if he does, that would be awesome, because Breyer usually don't do that anymore. If a mould like the Othello mould I'm looking at right now, my original Fox Valley Oliver has the painted on shoes. I think the Four Seasons ones do, but all the newer ones, they have the sculpt on it, but they are not painted, which it doesn't take that much to paint the hooves, to paint the shoes on, and it looks so much better. So if that's not a prototype and that's the actual model, and they are actually painted on, then that would be really awesome. And he looks so good, and I'm really hoping he doesn't sell out immediately so I can get him. And this is the other online exclusive model. This is the traditional side of the stablemate sized one. He's another one of those shrink raid runs. He's Georg, and yeah, he's called Shindig, limited to 3,000 pieces. This guy's really not my favourite mould. I don't really know why. I think just because he's so popular, I try and avoid that at all costs. It hasn't worked because I was talking about Bristol earlier. But yeah, I try not to get involved with molds that I know there's loads of releases on and they're really expensive. So this guy's cute enough. He's going to be popular again. He'll probably be some sort of variation with him like they usually do with the stablemates. So because he's only $15, a lot of people will pick him up hoping for that variation, but doesn't really do anything to me. He's really cute though, and he's a nice addition to the lineup. And then next up we have the plush for this year. This is Party Pal, limited edition of 1950, aka 1950, which is nice, I suppose. I sort of like the plushes. I often get them just because, again, they're like 15, $20. But this guy, something about his eyes creeps me out. He's based on the mascot Palamine, which is like somebody dressed up in a horse suit at Breyerfest, which was like, I feel like pretty iconic when I was like getting the gist about horses and stuffs in the early 2000s. But yeah, I don't really have any strong opinions about this guy. I don't think I'm going to bother to get him. His smile looks a bit funny as well, now more I'm looking at it. And he comes with this hat variation. There's a blue puppy thing and a yellow one. And yeah, he's fine. He's cute. That's what I've got to say about him, really. And last up, we have the crystal for this year, which is standing ovation on the American Saddlebred mould, which I think is a really good choice for the crystal. It's such a majestic mould, and it's one of the iconic Breyer molds, so I think it looks really nice. I've never been brave enough to buy a Breyer crystal. I've seen what they can do to plastic models with their packaging, so the idea of buying a Breyer crystal and shipping it across the ocean does not appeal to me. So this guy won't make me change that, but I think he's really cute. It does look really nice. It really suits being a crystal. And now it's time to get started on the special runs. So these are a mixture of in-person and online. This says on the video which one they are. So this is in-person only. This is Get the Party Started, and it's 2,300 pieces. And these are also the models where you're going to get the variations. You're going to get the gold charms and the loose mane, braided mane, whatever else, because they're not based on actual horses. So this guy is on the Croy mould, ever popular mould. Really, there's lots of models on this mould. And this guy is a really nice black pinto. The Croy mould isn't really my cup of tea. I've got the Bay Sable Island horse because I really like bays. And I've also got the unicorn randomly because he looks really nice as a unicorn, or she. She, I think, looks really nice as a unicorn. But yeah, this is going to be a popular model. I don't like, there's some weird, like, the way the mane's been painted, it almost looks like it's just overspray where the black is, compared with, like, the crisp markings, which I'm not a huge fan of, but I don't have to be a huge fan because he's not for me and I'm not going to buy him. So, there we go. And next up, we have one that's available in person and online, which is good for me because he's a show jumping warm blood called Let the Good Times Roll, 2,500 pieces. I like the show jumping. I really like the show jumping warm blood mold. It's one of those ones that I conga. I've got 2 decorators on the mold, even though I don't really collect decorators, so that should let you know I'm quite serious about this mold. And this guy is not like awesome for me. I'm gonna get him anyway because I think he could be one of those really cool variations. He can either be a matte. Well, you've got matte glossy. He's got the mane variations as well, the mane and tail variations. And I have this idea that he would be an awesome if the buckskin bits were gold and he was some sort of gold charm model, which I'm sure won't happen, but if it does, you heard it here first. But yeah, he looks pretty. He's gonna grow on me, and I'd rather get him. I'd rather get him and not regret it than what will happen, which is I won't get him, and then I will be going, oh, he's so pretty. Why didn't I get him? So he'll be coming to live with me. So that's good. And then we're back to another in-person only for good times and great friends. I wish when we could go back to when they used to name Breyerfest models like actually like horses instead of this weird thing they've done the last couple of years where they're like song lyrics. But this, I haven't paid much attention to this cantering Mustang mare and foal set, but specifically the mare. But this glossy bay, if this was any way of getting it online, other than the second chance sale, which I'm trying not to get involved with, or buying it for an extortionate amount secondhand online, I would really consider getting this instead of the Show Jumping Warm Blood, because they look so nice. This deep glossy bay looks absolutely gorgeous. It really makes the mold look a lot nicer, in my opinion, and the foal looks super cute as well. I'm trying not to get into that sort of set because the foal is going to be, I don't know how tall it is, but it's going to be quite tall, and it's never going to like fit in with the shelf because he's a rearing foal. So I'm trying to avoid the mold, but we'll see how successful that is. But it's a really pretty, really pretty combination. And next up, we have another in-person online. This is To the Ties That Bind Us, again with the Breyer names, on the silver mold. And this is the traditional decorator for this year. I've said it before, I'll say it again, I'm not the hugest fan of decos. So luckily this guy isn't really my sort of thing. That blue's really pretty though, and he will definitely have loads of people that will want him. He's got the same like decorator pattern as the 75th anniversary regular runs that they're doing. So if I was getting that set, which I'm not because I'm not the biggest fan of that horse silhouette on the butt idea, but if I was getting that set, then I would definitely have this guy to go with it. So he's going to be pretty popular, but luckily he's not my sort of thing, so he'll save me some money. Next up, we have another in-person only one. This is YOLO, limited to 2,400 pieces, and this is on the Gypsy Vanna mold. This is not my favourite mold. This colour looks really nice though. It looks, I don't know why, but it sort of looks like a Premier Club model to me. I don't know what about it makes me think that, but I think it will be one of those that will look absolutely gorgeous in person. And I think the matte, I hope it's a whole matte run, because I think the matte actually really makes this model pop. I'm not sure it'd look quite as good as glossy, but yeah, he's in person only and he's one I don't collect, so I am fine. I just don't, something about the mold doesn't really appeal to me. I don't know why the front end is moving and the back end is standing still. They sort of look like two different models to me joined together, so yeah, I'm fine with not liking him. And next up, we have a model I can tell you absolutely nothing about, because this is the in-person and online surprise model, limited to 7,800 pieces of various different colours and mane and tail variations and whatever else they decide to chuck at us for the anniversary. And this is the Seize the Day surprise, and there is absolutely no hint in the name about what this could be, so it can anyone's guess. I'm notoriously bad at guessing the surprise models. I guess last year was going to be the Arabian Mare. It was Winx. The Rotating Draft, I thought that was going to be a different draft horse. So yeah, there's no point in asking me, but I hope whatever it is, I don't like it, because there will be about 10 different variations and I will have none of them. And next up, we have one that I'm so glad is here and I'm so glad is available online. It's in-person online. It's Hats Off to You, 2,500 pieces on the old timer mold, which is one of the only Hess molds that I don't actually have a model on, because I've never been able to find one for a decent price in the UK, or for a price that I'm willing to pay. So I'm really excited about this guy. He looks really pretty. I really like the colour. I love blanket, so blanket anything, I'm here. And yeah, I wish they'd used more vintage molds this year, both in the regular runs and in the special runs at Breyerfest, with it being the anniversary year. But I'm glad Old Timer's making an appearance. He'd have been really cool as a surprise model, I think. I think even collectors that don't have much time for the older molds, they appreciate Old Timer. He's really cute. So yeah, this guy's definitely one I'm going to be getting. He's like my first choice. He's my favourite special run. And he also comes, he's got the hat that you can see pictured in this, his original hat, but then he also comes with a party hat as well, which I really like. It's really cute. So yeah, he's really pretty. He's really well done. And I'm excited to see what he looks in person. And now we have the last horse special run. This is in person only. This is The Future is Bright, 2,200 pieces on the Criollo horse mold. Yeah, he's a Palomino. I'm running out of things to say about these models, but he's a really nice Palomino. He's one of those that the dapples I would be cautious of. You've got to see him in person, really, because Breyer can do these fish scale dapples that can look pretty horrific. So, yeah, I don't really like the mold. I don't have any like, I don't hate the mold, but it's not one that I'm overly keen on getting any models on. I think they'd have to be really, really pretty, but he looks pretty enough. So yeah, that's about all I've got to say on him. He's nice. But just because that was the only horse special run left does not mean that's the only special run, because we have the animal mould one. This is in person only. This is Life's a Journey, and 2,000 pieces on the Lassie mould, which I'm really glad to see making a comeback. It's not personally a mould that I collect, or I'm not going to get this one, but it's really nice to see them using some of the old moulds like they have with the Longhorn Bull with the regular runs this year, with the regular run on the Longhorn Bull mould. So yeah, I had a look. The last time they used this mold was the mid-90s for a regular run they did for a year. So it's really nice to see him coming back. It's really nice colour, and he comes with this little sash, which honestly I'd buy the sash separately. Like imagine if they did like actual dog ones that I could put on my actual dog. Like I would totally buy that, Brian, if you're listening. But yeah, not really my cup of tea as an actual model, but I'm really glad that it means that they're thinking about some of these old molds. And with that, he's the last one. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. There's a lot I like this year, so I could be in quite a bit of financial difficulty. So if you want to like, comment, subscribe, let me know what you want to see. Let me know what you think of these models. Let me know about my awful opinions. And thank you for watching.